Movie notes on Kandahar 2023 film to May 2026 viewing. And today is today is Saturday to May 2026. I'm Tanis, here's a feel, and here I talk through my movie notes for my Saturday to May 2026 viewing of the 2023 film Kandahar, which is a film about an attempting escape / evacuation type mission of / by an American intelligence agency operative and his guide in the Middle East, sanctuary / departure location of Kandahar, if they can make it, and the dynamic between a female journalist being held prisoner in relation to military technology information and members of the military of Iran. So the second storyline about the journalist and the she leaks documents in relation to nuclear technology with potential military applications in Iran. And so she's being detained, and there's an Iranian general or something asking her questions, an interrogation. And so it kind of gets de-emphasized. And I think watching the movie, she's the sister of the wife of the operative who's trying to get out of, I think it was Afghanistan, but Middle East. And so there's kind of a back and forth with him, so he's trying to get out, but he has to be able to make it to, the operative is portrayed by Gerard Butler, and so he has to get out of the country, and so he has this, I'm going to term it a guide, that kind of helps him to get out of where he is stuck. And it's very much, I would say, I think early on, he wants to be a patriot for his country, and it was very much in the spirit of military, even if it wasn't a war movie. So I might describe it as less a military / war movie and more about behind the scenes activity in relation to technologies that could have military applications, including a human or an operative. What if you were dragged in, and then the woman put in prison, kind of a... That's right, they're prisoners of war. So I think at some point, before I got distracted onto other could I go to prison for something else? Initially, I think it was in terms of what I've done in physics, and having to answer and going to prison or something. But so if I develop technology, / the technology I developed or desired, I might be held prisoner. I think I've talked about that before or brushed on it. If in the military and desirable, I would then be a prisoner of war. Yeah. Okay. Man, could I be that big of a deal in physics or physiology? I sure distracted myself on this angle for a while on my / this channel. Sorry about that. And then, so then me joining the military is a good idea for learning to defend myself. I wouldn't want to waste government / taxpayer money when I could be trained to and do it myself. Yeah, so this was kind of a reminder of that. I was watching it, and this is a solid 5 out of 5 stars. It was a really well done action movie. And I was watching it, and they're even harder to find these days, especially out in person without a catalog, actually just flipping, going through the movies. Yeah, so 5 out of 5 stars, and I was it's a good action movie. Something I didn't know I needed but I thought it was a kind of, I liked the kind of take of, it's an action, but it's kind of about, it's an intelligence agency operative, so it's kind of about the technologies, and that kind of component of it is well, if something is developed, it may or may not ever make the battlefield, and depending on behind the scenes kind of stuff, what an intelligence agency might do, hey, don't you take that out there, kind of thing. But then the other side's but we want to take it out there, so there's a lead up to war and technology used in war, so to speak. It's not just all of a sudden it's here. No, I might feel like that socially because there's so much behind the scenes, but the behind the scenes are you guys are 50 years late, that kind of thing. So those are my movie notes on Kandahar 2023 film to May 2026 viewing.